Let's talk for a moment about burnout, because it is becoming more common because we are so busy, and we're either busy working all hours at a job we're trying to succeed in, or we're busy at home because we've got so many balls to juggle, or we're busy because we want to take our mind off our problems. So we keep busy, we don't stop, and we've prioritized, this busy badge of honor, we've prioritized being busy as being successful. And therefore we've deprioritized taking time out and resting and recharging and taking time for ourselves. And that is why burnout is becoming so prevalent. And it's something I experienced, a mixture of working hard in the corporate world versus a life that I was desperate to change but didn't know how. I was very busy trying to distract myself from my problems, trying to throw myself into my work and make this life work. Because after all, I had everything that I wanted. Why wasn't it working? And it was only when I burnt out that I took some time off. I had to spend some time resting, recharging, and by myself. And when I began to get the insights that something needed to change. So what are the things you need to look out for in terms of burnout, the things to watch? So feeling tired all the time, even when you've slept really well. Getting those niggling coughs, colds, headaches, always feeling like you're a little bit on the verge of some kind of illness, and your body always seems like it's fighting something off. Losing your motivation and not finding joy in the things that you used to be able to find joy in, whether that's time at home with the family, doing your hobbies. When you're on the verge of burnout, you tend to spend less time doing these things and you have less inclination for pretty much everything in life. We might also notice that we're reaching for all the wrong things in terms of food, alcohol, particularly on a Friday night and over the weekend. It's a great way to unwind and to offset some of those feelings of exhaustion, but it can help deepen us into this feeling of not coping. Reaching for the wrong foods or not nourishing ourselves well enough in the choices that we make, having takeaways because we're too tired to cook. We don't get out and get enough exercise because we don't feel we have the energy. We might also become a lot less tolerant, so we notice that we're more irritable, we snap more easily at our nearest and dearest, and we just generally can't cope with the small irritants that used to just go over our heads. Things just feel a bit harder, our brains feel a little bit more foggy. And when we stop long enough to notice it, there's this feeling deep down inside at the pit of our stomach of discontentment, of not being satisfied. And of course there's the more obvious symptoms of burnout, and that's when we hit a wall, we get really sick, our bodies give up both physically and mentally. But we need to pick it up before this point so we can offset the burnout. And of course the bottom line is, if we don't make time for rest, for recharge, for self-care, then we do need to make time for illness and for burnout. So it's being aware, watching for those signs and managing them as well, and intervening for yourself before it gets too late, before you hit that wall.